The Opposition Leader Tony Abbott says the annihilation of the Labor government in Queensland shows the brand is toxic. But the federal government says it's not reading anything into the result because the election was based on state issues. At least one party stalwart and the outgoing Premier say they should think again.
The extent of Campbell Newman's victory stunned both sides of politics, and the recriminations for Labor have begun ahead of next year's federal poll.
We have to rebuild, or the Labor Party can lose the next federal election in Queensland alone.
Former Labor Premier Peter Beattie says the party has a crisis on its hands.
So we have to have federal ministers pouring through Queensland. We have to spend time selling our policies. Julia needs to buy a house here.
Federal Opposition Leader Tony Abbott says Labor members everywhere should be worried
about the fundamental lesson, which is that a government which isn't competent, which isn't frugal and which isn't truthful loses, and loses big time.
Labor holds just 8 of the federal seats in Queensland. An election is due in 16 months. All except Kevin Rudd's seat are held with a margin of less than 7%.
The Prime Minister left it to other federal government MPs to downplay the implications of the LNP juggernaut.
I think this issue, the election was principally decided on state issues. The government had been in for 20 of the last 22 years.
This was a Queensland election about Queensland issues, and of course everyone knew what the result was going to be some time ago.
Anna Bligh agrees, but says there is still a lesson for her federal colleagues.
We simply can't walk away from the fact that we've seen results similar to this in other states of Australia. It's tough times for Labor.
I think that the basic message is that the Labor brand is toxic right around Australia.
Queenslanders have overwhelmingly endorsed that message. Donna Field, ABC News.